How's it going, everybody? I'm back. I want to start off by saying I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. If you want an attorney, go get yourself an attorney. I want to thank my Father and Creator for helping me be where I'm at and have the people that I have right now in my life. And want to start off by saying that I was in court, I don't know how long ago now, but I went there and it was my arraignment for the 5th time. The judge says, we're going to go to trial, basically ignoring my stuff, and I said, nope, you have no authority. So I did what's called a writ of prohibition. And a writ of prohibition is me telling a higher court than the court I'm in to tell this lower court, the one I'm in, to prohibit them from moving forward or prohibit them from doing something. In this case, I told them prohibit them from moving forward. Or in alternative, it's called a writ of mandate, ordering the higher court to order the lower court to stop doing what it's doing or to do something else that it should be doing. Okay? Well, I did that, and this is what they said. Here's the date right there. There's my case number, and spelled my name wrong, of course. But I'm putting my case number because nobody seems to want to file or show any videos of the case number, and they want to hide stuff. This is me, so I could care less. Other people, it's a whole different story, but you know, some people want to say that they waved their hand and the judge or commissioner just said, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and they, you know, dismissed the case right away. Well, where's the proof of that? Where's the case number? Where's the transcript? Because I don't buy it unless I read it or see it for myself. Second of all, they changed something here. They said right here where it says petitioner versus Superior Court was originally petitioner versus Commissioner McTaggart, because I'm naming him as a real party in interest, even though they want to cover up for him by changing it, which is what I believe that they're doing. And it doesn't really matter, because this is what they said. Here's the order. Petitioners petition for writ of mandate and request for a stay are denied. And it was by these 3 judges. Okay, so they denied it, which is fine, because now I get to appeal this order right here and say, no, you guys are wrong. You 3 right here, covering up for your buddy, and I'm going to appeal this, and I'm going to go to the California Court of Appeals now. And there, whether I'm right or wrong, it's going to say people of the state of California versus me. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm going to celebrate in a little bit. And after there, if they agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. I go to the Supreme Court next. After that, then I go to the federal court. And yes, this is all for just infractions. So, this is exciting. I'm very happy. And I'm just letting you guys pretty much know what's going on here. And I saw some comments, and I want to basically just explain my mentality, okay, as far as how some people had said the officer was nice and you were being so mean and rude and blah blah blah. I would have tased you and beat you or whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is this: my claims right now that are in court, and why to me, and I believe to everybody, they're so important to everybody and to myself, is because I'm claiming that an officer is not authorized to do what they're doing. The court is not authorized to do what they're doing. And I'm going to get an answer one way or another. So that's what I'm doing. In some states it's civil. Now, in California it's criminal, and other states as well as criminal. Now, number one, an officer, from what I know, is only allowed or authorized to enforce criminal law. Okay? And so some people are saying, well, you contracted and, you know, with the DMV, and, you know, they signed the driver's license or permit or whatever you have, and therefore now they can do what they do, you know. And I'm saying, well, if I go rent a movie at the video store and return it a month late and don't want to pay the $200 fee, can they call the cops and have me arrested? No, because the cops will tell them, sorry, we can't get involved, this is a civil matter. So I haven't seen any law in any state in the United States of America where an officer can enforce civil law. Now, for argument's sake, let's just say he can. Okay, fine. In any civil law, in every civil law, it states there has to be an injured party who is the one that's litigating, the one that's suing you, and there has to be some kind of damage or breach of contract. If not, the party has no standing. So if the officer were to stop me and say, hey, you committed a civil infraction. Okay, officer, did I violate your right? No. Okay, did I do some kind of breach of contract and I not come through? Did I just take your money and not mow your lawn? Why are you taking me to court? Oh, well, because it's the law. Well, what law? Well, I don't know. Then they sure don't. Because there is no law, from my knowledge, that they can do what they're doing. Now, I'm not saying they're not doing it, because they're doing it all right, because nobody's asking these questions. I'm asking them in California. I don't know what state you're in, whoever's watching this, but if you were to ask them, and you'll start getting some weird kind of answers, and then you start saying, yeah, I don't think so. It ain't gonna fly, and it's not gonna fly for me. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm not telling anybody to do what I do. If you want to do it, you can. Not, I'm not an attorney, and I can't give anybody legal advice, and I'm not telling you to do, anything you don't want to do. If you want to do it and do what I'm doing, that's up to you. But my point is this. Another thing I'm alleging is the officers are not authorized to do what they're doing. What are they doing? Well, if they want to say it's a contract, they can't enforce civil law, because my contract is with the DMV. If they want to claim that they are agents from the DMV, well, then guess what? That city has to have an administrative hearing, which they never have. What do? They tell me, you got to go to court. No, I'm sorry. I need a administrative hearing. Okay, well, let's just say that the court is an administrative hearing. How did we get there? Because if anybody looks at their citation, my citation, for example, says City of Glendale right at the top versus me. So my question is, how does the City of Glendale Police Department get to court and get turned in to the people of the state of California, as you see here? Because the only way this can happen is when the district attorney, city attorney, some kind of attorney is prosecuting the case. In this case, there is no city attorney, prosecuting attorney, no district attorney, no attorney general, nothing. In Glendale, what they seem to do when they're committing this fraud, which will be in pretty near future, a class action lawsuit, they just have the cop, the judge or commissioner, and you, the defendant. So how does it get from them to the people of the state of California? Because the only one authorized to do this, from what I know, is an attorney. Another thing is this. If the officer has a citation and he files it with the court, okay, like they do right now in the city of Glendale and LAPD, okay, well, what office is the officer in? He is in the executive branch. I meant to say branch, excuse me. The branch of government is the officer in. The officer is in the executive branch of the government. Okay? Now, what branch is the court? It's in the judicial branch. So if you have an executive officer or an officer in the executive branch filing a citation with the judicial branch, now he's violating the separation of powers doctrine, and I believe that's in every state. Wake the hell up, people. Nobody can do that, but they're doing it. That's going to go to my RICO later on down the road as well. RICO stands for Racketeering Induced Criminal Organization, because they're violating law, they're breaking law under color of law in order to take your money. They're saying you broke the law, but as they're telling you that, they're breaking 10 times more different laws and committing treason, as a matter of fact, because they're not authorized to do that. Now, if you start looking up the federal laws, Title 18 especially, you can see that you can pretty much apply that to any public official, and you can probably think of a time where they did something, and you'll say, hey, this fits there, I could have done this then. And then you start seeing how we actually have the power. We've just been led to believe we need attorneys to help us. And since they're not going to do it because they work for them, they're definitely not going to do it. And that's why nothing gets done. So this is why I am one of the few that's going to do what I'm doing. I don't want to mention something else that I was going to mention, but I was told not to yet. But let's just say that this is already being done. So I know that I'm right. And they just don't want people to know this information. That's why I have a feeling I'm going to be set up, or I'm going to get stupid charges thrown on me for bogus charges when I go to court. And so, whatever. I fear no man. And, whatever happens, happens. But in the end, I'm just exposing what is a fraud upon fraud upon fraud. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and do the research.